Good afternoon. I am so excited to be here, Ellen's Healthy Kitchen. We are going to have a blast today. We are going to make a most delicious, unbelievably delicious, that is not hyperbole, I promise, plant-based burger. And I'm all set up here. I have my burger ready. I have all my toppings ready. I have friends here who are helping. Can't wait to see what all of you have to say. I want to make sure. Hi, Apple O'Day. Hi, so glad to have you here. If you have a question, and I will keep repeating this periodically, and my moderator will also repeat it periodically to let you know that if you have a question. Thank you, Apple O'Day. We thought so after the last mishap. We thought it was a good idea. Thanks to Don for recommending it. If you have a question at any point at all, feel free to put, we're going to try this, 4 question marks, and try to remember to do a space if you can after that. Let's practice it now. Just put 4 question marks and then a space and then test, and we'll see what happens. So that way I will more likely see it. And I also think that what will happen will be that my moderator will see it as well. There it is. Now, my moderator had suggested, I think it was smart, that I use my earbuds. And I think I can do that. This is an experiment. Let's try it. I'm going to go get it. So just talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I am back. We are going to see if this makes a difference. You are kind of my experiments. Okay, I'm going to, and if I don't, if you have a comment and I don't see it or answer it, know that it's not, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to juggle a bunch of things. So I think what I'm going to do, I should have done this before, of course, but I didn't, is I'm going to plug this in. Let's see, I'm going to take this and I'm going to take this. Let's see if this works. That's on. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to put it on my shirt. All right. Now I'm going to do it the opposite way so we can see the blue. All right. That's the first thing. Okay. Now this one is going to connect to here. No, that's not where it's going to connect. Oh, no, yes. No, that's not where I take it back. I think, oh, this is going to go here. I'm telling you, this is major tech. Major, major, major tech. And we're going to see if this works. No, that's not right. I'm coming. I'm coming. That goes there. It's not going there. No. Sometimes this tech stuff is very, very, there's a lot to it. And try this. There's a lot for me to remember, to be honest with you. Okay, that's going to go in there. Okay, now this is going to go in here. Let's see if this works. Cross your fingers. Here we go. Okay, I got that on. This is on. How is it? How does it sound? Does it sound different than it did before? Let me know. Okay. So we have 8 people. Hello to the 8 people. So great. Make sure you give the, as soon as you can. You'll never believe believe that went off. I'm going to tell you what it is in a second. It doesn't sound different, but we'll know if you walk away. All right, let's try it. I'm going to walk away. I'm walking away. I'm quite a few feet away. Let's go here and see. Did that make a difference? If it didn't, I don't know what to say. I could plug it into a different, I could try one other thing. All right, let's see. Did it make a difference to walk away? Sometimes it takes a second for chats to show in the chat window. If it went quiet when you walked away, well, we'll deal with it. Okay, I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna try putting in this and seeing if that makes a difference. And if that doesn't make a difference, then tell me, because I'll take the damn thing off. It's not worth. Let me make sure it's turned on. That's off. This is on. All right, that's plugged in. That's plugged in. It's in a, I take that off and plug it in a different one. Here comes the hubs, up the stairs. We'll see if that doesn't, it was fine. Okay, we're gonna deal with it separately. So what went off, the bell that went off was the yogurt that I put in 18 hours ago, and it just went off, so it's done. So I'm going to undo the top. And even though this is not a yogurt video, I'm not teaching you about this. I did it, I don't know, a month or two ago. But this is my yogurt. It is full-fledged, smells like yogurt, and there's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. 3. I'm going to put this over here so you know this is not a sleight of hand. There are 3 of them. And I take them and put them over here because they're still warm, and I want to let them get to room temp before I cover them with put the lid on and whatever. So, okay, let's keep going, shall we? I am going to take this off because clearly it's not working. At least I don't think it is. I'm going to turn off this. I'm going to take this off, and I will deal with that separately with my moderator. We will figure it out. I'm determined. All right. We are going to make burgers. Let me start by saying, I'm going to look at it. I have the burgers that I'm making. I already made one from this box. That's why the top is torn off. The company is called No Bull, which I love. It's a real play on words. And this version is spicy Italian. Now they have original. I'm looking on my phone. They have original. They have savory mushroom. They have sun-dried tomato. They have spicy Italian and Madras curry. I've had the sun-dried tomato and the mushroom in the original, and I love them all. I'm about to try the, no, I have had, right, I've had the spicy Italian. So they're all delicious. They're all fabulous. And to find an already made vegetarian/vegan burger that is delicious, not just good, but delicious, to me is everything. Because there are times when I make a lot of things from scratch, but there are times when I don't have time. And so it's great to have an already made frozen burger, and you can order them from their website. I don't know about Amazon, I'm not sure. You can find them on Instagram and ask them questions. You can go to their website and do a store locator. I was able to determine that they're located at a number of places within a 10-mile radius of where we live. So this is the burger, and I'm going to read you the directions so you know that there are options for how you're going to cook it. All right. Everybody, can you hear me okay? I want to make sure. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me how the sound is. So on the side of the box, there are options for how to cook it. It says preferred method is to cook in a lightly oiled skillet over medium heat. Now, those of you who know me know I don't use any oil. So I do have a fantastic skillet. This is it. I love it because it's got the lines in it, and it's nonstick, and it makes those lines as if you had barbecued it on a grill. So I love that. And it's a great pan. It's in my Amazon store. Yes, so that's the one thing, and that's the way I've been cooking it, is taking it out of here. I tend to not take it out and cook it frozen. I tend to put it in the microwave and let it defrost just a little bit, just enough to take the, that it's not completely frozen. Second way is to cook it in an air fryer at 400 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. I have this right here. Should I decide it? I still haven't decided how I'm going to cook it. The third way is to bake it at 400 on a lightly oiled, in my case, I would just use a nonstick parchment paper or a silicone mat, a baking sheet, 7 to 10 minutes. And you can make it fast by microwaving, which I also think is not a bad idea. This says 2 minutes in a pinch. So what I might do is do 30 seconds and see how defrosted it is, and then either put it in the air fryer or on the pan on the stove. So I have that. I want to give you the overview before we start cooking it. There's nothing to me like a good delivery system for your burger. And for me, right now, currently in the house, I have 3 options. One is a gluten-free bun that I made. A couple of months ago, I made a big batch of them, and they're in the freezer downstairs. I've had that recently, and I just wasn't in the mood. So instead, I'm going to show you another option that is really delicious. I'm out of the picture for a moment because I had to walk over to the freezer. I make these, they're either spinach or power greens, not sure. They're wraps. And I make them, the recipe gives me about maybe 5 of them. And then I freeze them between pieces of wax paper. I'll show you what it looks like. Now this one happened to break, but I'll deal with it. Things happen. So it's frozen. This is the other piece that broke. That's fine. Okay, and I will defrost this, and it'll get soft. I'm not going to get to that yet. And then I will make it as a wrap. So you have options. You could also make it, let it kind of come to room temp a little bit, and you could put it on a salad. You could also put it on a salad hot. You could also take it and break it into pieces and put it over rice or any grain of your choice, or have it with potatoes. There's so many wonderful options at your fingertips. So this is the green wrap. I have no idea. I should have written on the Ziploc what I made it with, but chances are I made it with either a container of power greens, which is usually a combination of 2 or 3 greens, or I might have made it with just straight spinach, not sure. Does anybody have any questions before I continue? Let me know. Okay, let's move on to toppings. The sky is the limit, right? Let me know, before I show you my choices, let me know in the comments what your favorite, either single or you can put multiple toppings are on burgers. I'd love to know what you're thinking. If you were going to make a burger and you had your absolute most favorite toppings, what would they be? I'm looking at mine and I can't wait to eat it now. I'm going to make it right now. I'm going to show you how I make it, but I'm not going to be eating it for a little bit because I have an obligation to do this evening in about 3 hours. So I'm going to sort of show you I'm going to make it, and then I'm going to just wrap it in foil and put it away. So Apple says pickles. All right. You're on the right track as far as I'm concerned. Pickles works for me. Who else has a preference for 12 Sky says, not going to lie, cheddar cheese, but I gave up cheese a year ago. That's a hard one. 12 Sky, is it 12 or 12 Sky? I'm not sure. Giving up cheese, good for you. Good for you. It's hard to give up cheese. If you have not read or listened to an audio version of a book called The Pleasure Trap by Dr. Doug Lisle, I would highly recommend it. He explains the physiology behind why we are addicted to cheese. And I mean, I will say to you, it's a delicious thing to be addicted to. It is. I don't eat it anymore because I choose not to because of the health risks. For me, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. But I believe strongly that humans do not need to eat the milk in any way, shape, or form from other mammals. That's just my belief. If you don't agree, that's fine. Or if you feel like you only have a little bit, that's fine too. Whatever works for you. Prodigal aquarist. Now I get why you're called aquarist. I get the aqua connection. You're a fish person. You collect. I don't know what the word is. Collect, whatever. You should follow Prodigal on here on YouTube because he's got a really interesting channel. Let's see. So Prodigal says homegrown tomatoes. Apple says spicy mustard. Eye to sky. Got it. Okay. Eye to sky. I love that. Eye to sky. Cool. Love that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to keep going. So we have 14 people on here. Come on, people. Tell me what you like on your burgers. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. What do you like on your burger? And don't forget to click on the thumbs up because that way YouTube goes, oh, I guess there are people who like this. Maybe I should show it to other people. And that would be great because my job, as those of you who follow me know, is to help the world. I know I have big goals. I want to help the world get as healthy as possible. You can take little baby steps. That's fine. Or big steps or something in the middle. Okay. Eye to Sky says good recommendation. Diane says onion. You're all invited for dinner because so far you're all on the money. Okay. Sue says I make an avocado spread and use that. Oh, that sounds really good. You're reminding me that I actually have a tofu spread that I make in the refrigerator and I didn't take it out. But I have a bunch of other things that I'm going to show you. So, I don't know. What do you think is the most critical part of a burger? Is it the burger? Is it the bun or the bread or the delivery vehicle? Or is it the toppings? I don't know. It's something to think about. What do you think is the most important? I got to think about that. I hadn't really considered it. Let me think about that. I don't know. That's a hard one to answer. I mean, the burger has to be delicious, but if the burger's delicious, but the toppings suck, it's not going to be as good. So you need those toppings. And if you've got a great burger and a great set of toppings, but the bread or the delivery system is I don't know. I think even though I'm a gluten-free baking nut, I would say that the delivery system, the burger / bun, whatever and not the burger, the bun, the wrap, whatever, is maybe the least important. It is important. I'm not saying it isn't, but Eye to Sky says the burger itself. I haven't had a plant-based burger that has done the trick for me. Let me know in the comments. Are you watching? Where are you watching from? Are you in the States? I know that Noble Burger, this burger is in the States. I don't. You'd have to go to their website and do the locator. Do that if you want. And so Eye to Sky says US. So go to their website. I don't know. You Google. It's probably noble.com, I'm guessing. I don't see it on here. But in any case, yeah, nobleburger.com, I think is it. And on it, it says vegan and kosher. Now, I will say that, let me just see. I'm going to read you the ingredients, okay? Organic green lentils, organic brown rice, organic quinoa, chickpea flour, organic spinach, tomatoes, green and red sweet peppers, water, non-GMO wheat-free tamari, chia, fennel seed, garlic, red pepper flakes, basil, organic Italian spices. And then it says it contains safflower oil is used as a processing agent only. So where I read on the ingredient, the nutrition panel, that it says 3 grams of fat, I am going to make a wild guess here. I can find out from the company that 3 grams of fat is not from the safflower oil. I just can't believe that they would, because that's, if you think about 3 grams of fat, that's just a lot. And I would venture to say that saturated fat, the total fat comes from the other ingredients that are in here. That would be my guess. Each of these burgers has 9 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber. That's pretty decent. And I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, one burger has 9 grams. I'm looking on the side. By the way, I'm going to do a whole other video on label reading. If you want to get healthy, you got to read your labels, okay? So protein is 9 grams and the fiber is at 7 grams. So let me see. The dietary fiber is 7. I'm not unhappy with that because I eat a lot of fiber over the course and protein, vegan-based, plant-based protein. So I'm not, to me, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, Prodigal says the burger is key to me. Bit of crisp on the outside. Agree. Bit of moist in the middle. Agree. 100%. Now, this has just started to defrost a little teeny tiny bit. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to let it defrost for a few more minutes, and I'm going to talk to you and show you the toppings that I'm going to be choosing from in no particular order. So I'm going to start with fire roasted Florina pepper, sweet and whole red peppers. This is yummy on my burger. I've had that before. Then I'm going for the solid stuff first. These are from Trader Joe's. You can certainly find them elsewhere, and you can make them, which I'm going to start doing because I'm tired of running out of them and then having to drive a half hour just to get these. I usually buy 3 or 4 at a time, but this is hot and sweet jalapenos. These are delicious, very hot and spicy. This also is Trader Joe's. It's organic kosher sandwich pickles. Yum. Somebody mentioned pickles. And then, very excited about this next one. Anybody know what this is? I'm going to see if you can guess before. Prodigal says those fire roasted peppers are so good on pizza. So good. Oh, I should definitely, let me know in the comments. Should I do I make a damn good plant-based pizza. That's plant-based, whole food, plant-based, oil-free. That will knock your socks off. So let me know if you want that. Just let me know in the comments. Apple says pickled red onions. Ding, 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 ding. You got it. We had company last night, and we whipped up an Asian bowl that was sensational, just sensational. And while they were here, they made these pickled red onions, super simple. And these are going to be a staple in my house. Yes. I2Sky says pizza, please. Oh my God, you're going to love it. It's just insane. The pizza is beyond, beyond, beyond. It's award winning. I have to say, I know I'm blowing my own horn. Okay. That was all sort of the solidy things. Now come the sauces. We can do all or one, or a combo. We have good old ketchup. I'm going to start making my own ketchup. That will be another video because I'm so tired of buying things like this, sauces that are full of, this is great in terms of fat. It's got 0 grams of fat, but it's got sodium in it. It has 180 milligrams. That's a lot for 1 tablespoon. And I eat way more than 1 tablespoon. I'm guessing I eat a good 2. Anyway, and that doesn't count when I make the fries that go with it, the plant-based oil-free fries, and I have another 2 tablespoons easily. So, and then there's the salt. Let's see, sodium, 180 milligrams for a tablespoon. So if I'm having 4 tablespoons, that's a lot of sodium. Not good. So that's next on my hit parade is ketchup. Sort of the twin, the other side of the coin of ketchup is a mustard. And I happen to love this Dijon Grey Poupon mustard. Is really, really good. Can't have a burger without cilantro. Sriracha. This is my favorite. I don't know if it's sold outside of the US, but it's killer. It's so good. Yellowbird sriracha. Our friends last night, the guy said to me, I like the sriracha. He tried it. He said, but I want sriracha that's just plain old heat. I don't want any sweetness in it. And this one has a little sugar in it. And I beg to differ. This sriracha is just killer. All right. I'm going to put this down. Before I go on, Prodigal says artichoke. Oh, artichoke heart, roasted red pepper, sliced zucchini, shaved almonds. Oh, makes a great pizza. Yeah. Yeah. And I would add to that. Oh, I could add a lot to that, including I'll do another video on homemade, whole food, plant-based, oil-free sausage that will knock your socks off for sure. All right, next. I'm saving this one for last because I'm very proud of this one. I got up this morning and I just made a beeline. My friends were sleeping over. They weren't even awake yet. And I made this. It's a cilantro dressing. It's made with cashews. That's the main bulk that makes it creamy, and soy milk, and then fresh cilantro and a bunch of other ingredients. And this is killer. I can barely talk in its presence. I bow to it. It's so, so good. And this would be delicious on the burger. So I don't know. I got a lot to choose from here. I'll move that over. And, I might think about, given that it's a spicy Italian burger, maybe I want to think along the lines of what would be on a pizza. So like artichoke hearts, I don't happen to have canned or jarred artichoke hearts, but that could be good. I could slice them maybe. It might be good to make something like a dressing like this, but put artichokes in it. Ooh, that sounds good. And then blend it up. I like that idea. And also maybe another thing would be, hold on. I'm going to go. I'll be right back. I want to show you something that could be, I didn't think of this until just now. This is a blend of spices called pepperoni. And I save jars. Am I the only one that saves jars and I reuse them? This is a Grey Poupon mustard jar. So this is a pepperoni spice that I get from Local Spicery, which is a company in California. And my husband goes wild. I'm telling you, wild over this. So it could be kind of cool to maybe put some of this in a little dish, put some of this in it, mix it up, right? And then I end up having a cilantro dressing that kind of has a little pepperoni twist. What do we think of that? Do we like that idea? I think that would be really good. All right. Shall we get started? Okay, before we start, any questions? Remember, put 4 question marks and a space so I can see it, or Prodigal, the moderator, can see it. All right, now this is still pretty darn frozen. So I think I don't like to grill it, or I don't like to defrost it. I don't want to defrost it in the plastic. That's not a good, healthy choice to make. So I'm just I'm gonna cut it out like this. And it's pretty frozen. It's frozen. Look, doesn't it look like a hamburger? Oh my God, this stuff is golden. It's so good. All right. I should have put an apron on. I forgot. Next time, I need to remember to wear an apron. I got to make a list for myself. An apron has to be on there. All right. I'm thinking that I want to read one more time what the air fryer says. Air fryer, 400 for 10 to 15 minutes. Let's see how loud it is. If it's not, I have a feeling it might be too loud. I can always switch it. These are great air fryer liners. Now the problem with this is that I'll show you don't forget everybody to tap that thumbs up. The problem is that the burger is too small and it makes the papers fly around. So what I tend to do when I use it seems kind of crazy, I think. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I don't want to waste it because I'll use it for the next burger. I'm just going to cut it in half. Okay, so I'm going to take one half and put it back over here. It'll go back in the bag. And it's still too big, so I'm going to fold it in half. And actually, I take that back. I'm going to cut it in half because that way I can use this for the next time I make a burger. Then I'm going to take the paper. I'm actually going to put this down so you can see it. And I'm going to put the burger on it. Now it's perfect. Okay, I'm going to go over to the air fryer, which I think you can see from here. I'm going to turn it to, wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. I want to make sure it's on 400. And I think it said, let's just review, 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to do about 12-ish. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do about 15, and I'm going to let it get warm. And then I'm going to put this in. Okay. What's next? I will tell you that, to me, there's nothing as good with a burger as fries. And so I wonder if I took a picture. I'm going to look in my photos, because if I took a picture, then I can show it to you. I think I might have taken a picture of the potatoes, maybe. Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, I see lots of pictures of my grandbaby. New grandbaby alert. Yep. Here. No. Okay. See, I wanted to show you, and I really should have this. I'm going to get better at YouTube so that I can just grab the picture and show it to you. Because the French fries that I make in the air fryer are just sensational. I'm sorry to say I do not see them. Okay, I don't see them, but you're going to have to take my word for it. They're so good. What I do is I prefer them with Yukon Golds, and you can do them with russets. I like the Yukon Golds best. I take them and I clean them. I leave the skins on, and I cut them into like slices or spears, if you will, and I soak them in a bowl of water for about 10 minutes, and then it's worth this extra step. I'm telling you, I started doing this recently, and it makes a big difference. You drain them after the 10 minutes, and then you put them on a towel and you kind of pat them dry because you don't want them to be you can have them be a little wet because it helps the spices to stick to it. And then you take them and you put them in a bowl and you add your spices, and you take a plate, put it on top of the bowl, shake, 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 shake. Take them, pour them out on your baking sheet or air fryer sheet, and boom. Takes about 15 minutes. They're sensational, and not a stitch, not a speck, not a teensy bit of oil. You don't need the oil. And I promise you, upcoming will be a video about oil and why I do not eat any oil. I'm absolutely passionate about it. Let me wash my hands because I've been playing with my hair a little bit. Okay, dry them. So I think what I'm going to do now that the air fryer has been heating up, and it's a small cavity, so it doesn't take that long, is I'm going to put it in. I'm going to try doing it, by the way, without defrosting it, because it doesn't say that on the box. So we'll try it. Okay. Let me move some things out of the way. All right. Let's put it in. You can see right in here. I think that should work. And I'm gonna put it on 15 because I want to make sure it's done. You can experiment. Every air fryer is different. Depends on the size. Depends on there are variables that make a difference. So, all right. While that's going on, let's see if there's any questions. And you'll notice there's a pinned comment. If you can see it, it's at the top. It's kind of, I don't know if it's highlighted in yellow. Does it look like it's highlighted in yellow for you? It's at the very top of the chat. And it has a link for you to join my email list. And you are, as a member of my email list, you get first dibs on everything and anything that I do because I will put it there first. So make sure that you are subscribed, and you get by clicking on that link and signing up for it, you get 3 free salad dressing recipes. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here, and then I'm gonna take this. Now this has been sitting out with it. This has been sitting out the wrap, so it's pretty much defrosted. But I really would want to heat it. I might want to I wouldn't want to toast it because I don't want it to be crisp necessarily, but I want it to be warm, and I would just warm it up in the microwave and then fold it over with my burger in it. So I'm not going to do it quite yet because it doesn't need to be done until the burger's done. So I started to say to you that what I would do, my ideal dinner would be this delicious burger with the toppings of choice on the wrap with all the toppings, like I said. And then I would make air fried French fries. I can have those soaking in a bowl for a long time, but 10 minutes is like the minimum. And I probably would maybe have like a small salad with it, or I might do some steamed asparagus, which right now I get great steamed asparagus. I steam it in the microwave and it comes out perfect. Perfect. One of the things that I have not really been talking about very much on my lives is my the impetus, the reason why I went whole food plant based. And I had a great conversation. Oops, wait a minute. Oh, okay. I heard the paper kind of flipping a little bit, and I don't want I can't imagine the paper can get moved because the burger is pretty heavy. But I was talking last night with our company, and the male part of the one of the guests was a male. He's also vegan, and he went vegan, not quite as strict as I am as far as the oil. He and the yeah, but he's totally on board. But we were talking about the reason we went down this path, and I realized that I don't talk about it very much here on my lives, and so I wondered if anybody has any questions. If you're interested in knowing why I decided to follow this after being on a standard American diet, which is what I call it, for so many decades and decades. From my birth, really, once I started eating until I was 64 was when I started. So, basically 64 years. That's 6 decades of being a non-plant-based eater. I mean, I ate plants, of course, but what did we have? Iceberg lettuce, canned green beans, nothing of any substance. And only because they didn't know better. That was the time. It was what was our parents gave us. That's all they knew. But my reasons for wanting to follow this plant-based lifestyle initially were vanity, and I wanted to lose weight. And I had gained a bunch of weight after I met my husband, and I started drinking nightly. If it was 6 o'clock, it was time for a cocktail. I wasn't a big drinker, but where I never had anything, now I was having at least one cocktail, never more than that, either a cocktail or a glass of wine. And that's a lot of calories extra to have for a small person like me. So I did that, and I gained weight. I started eating more non, you know, I just started eating more meat and just more heavily processed foods. And I was miserable. I put on all that weight over the course of several years, and I just knew I had to make a change. So I tried a whole bunch of different diets. I hated it. The diets where you have to weigh and measure and portion out and get hungry and count points. And it was just not for me. I did not want to do that. So I eventually happened upon Chef AJ, who was my mentor. I adore her, and I love how she taught me how to follow this way of eating, following a starch solution way of life, following an eating plan where I was eating the density of my food. The calorie density was low, but the nutrition was off the charts. And that's really what I want to recommend to people is when people say to me, well, what do you get for protein? My snarky answer is, well, I'll tell you what, I'll answer that, but first tell me, what do you get for fiber? That's my answer. My answer is, what do you get for fiber? We are not a protein deficient nation. We are not. We are a fiber deficient nation. That is for sure. Yes. So I knew that I had to lose that weight. It was not for health reasons. In retrospect, 6 years later, well, really not six, because several years into it, I started really looking at the ethics of it. I started thinking about my parents, may they both rest in peace, how they had lifestyle diseases. We're talking cardiac issues, blood sugar issues. My father had a stroke. That's what ultimately caused his demise. And if I knew then what I know now, I'd be all over them and helping them learn how to use food or see food as medicine. I think that lifestyle medicine you can use food to conquer. And I'm not a doctor. I have a disclaimer everywhere on YouTube, and I am not a doctor. I just know what works for me and what I believe, what I've learned. And I just wish I knew this so that my parents maybe would still be alive or could have lived longer. Let's put it that way. I to Sky says 57-year-old just began a starch solution life a year ago. Yeah, you're in my club. Starch solution all the way, baby. That's what I do. And there was a time in my life where potatoes, I don't eat potatoes. They make you fat. Oh my God, my friends. I eat potatoes like it's my job. I eat potatoes. I eat sweet potatoes, white potatoes, russet potatoes, gold potatoes, purple potatoes, Hawaiian potatoes. The Asian stores are a great place to get different kinds of potatoes. They always have a lot to choose from. So I did that, and the weight just started melting off of me. It didn't all of a sudden, I didn't wake up and have lost the weight. But over the course of, because I went slow, over the course of a couple of years, I lost the weight. And it's now been a couple of years and I maintain it. I don't even weigh myself anymore. I don't have to. I'm not telling you to not weigh yourself. I'm just telling you what works for me. I don't weigh myself because I don't have that obsession like I used to. I wake up and I think to myself, am I hungry? Do I want to go to the gym first? Do I want to walk first? And am I really ready for breakfast? And, I ask questions that are sensible, not, oh my goodness, I better have 2 hard-boiled eggs or 2 whatever, soft-boiled eggs and 1 piece of puny little toast because that's going to be my diet food. I don't do that anymore. I don't have to. And that's my goal really here. My primary goal on socials here on YouTube and on Instagram and in my Facebook group, my primary goal is to help you. Are you ready? You can write this down. Get off the diet roller coaster. Get off the mentality of got to be on a diet because once I'm on a diet, I'll lose weight and then I can go off my diet. No good. I want you to think, how can I get stronger? How can I get healthier? How can I have a health span, not just my health, but a lifespan? How can I increase my lifespan in a way that I don't have to end up taking scores of medications and end up in a nursing home? What can you do? And it doesn't have to happen, my friends, overnight. It can happen little by inches. Okay. It's already smelling so insanely good. Let's take a look at it. It's got about 6 minutes. Oh, God, that looks good. I am going to, ouch. I am going to turn it over. See, it's nice and crisp. I'm going to turn it over, put it back in. Okay. Let it get a little crisp. And I'm going to try to pick it out in about 2 minutes because I don't want it to get super dry. Okay, I think what I need to do is get, let me think about this. I think I need to get you know what? I'm going to make it in this wrap and I'm going to need to wrap it. So I'm going to wrap it in a piece of foil. So like I said, I will not be able to eat this for a few hours, but I'm really happy it's going to be done. And all I'll have to do is make whatever else I need to make with it. So let me just shut this off. Put this over here. Okay. And let's see. Now comes the important part. What am I going to put on this? Am I going to put, well, let's start. I think I'm going to put ketchup. I feel like that it will go on and I also, I might just make it and then I can taste it and show you how delicious it is, but I won't eat the whole thing. I'm definitely going to put ketchup. I definitely want to get the roasted red pepper, so I'm going to need to cut it. I'm pretty sure I will. I'm definitely going to add the hot and sweet jalapenos, without a doubt. Oh, I definitely have to add some of the pickled onions. I'll probably do a sprinkle of this, maybe just sprinkle it on rather than mixing it in, and some of this. And I think, you know what I'm thinking? I might not do the ketchup, and I might just do this. That could be delicious. This is tough, a tough situation to have to figure out what I'm going to have, right? Life is tough. And what is that? Okay. Yeah, so let us know in the comments, where are you in your journey of eating plants? We'll call it that. Are you a newbie? Have you done it? How many years have you done it, if at all? Are you dipping your toe in? And no matter what your answer is, it's okay. No matter where you are in this journey, it's fine. But let me know. Let us know in the comments, because that's how we help each other. We learn from each other. What's your goal? Do you want to be fully plant-based, or do you just want to be partially plant-based? You want to just be plant-based for dinner or just for breakfast and then not for lunch and dinner? There are some people who do that. You can make that decision. For me, I'm fully 100% plant-based. And by the way, not only did I lose the weight, but I'm telling you, I had the worst heartburn daily. Every single day I had heartburn. And it was kind of like I was used to it. I was popping Tums like it was my job. It never happens anymore. I don't have any heartburn. To me, it's amazing how much of an improvement I have made in my life. As far as my stomach goes, Apple says I'm 57 years old, was raised vegetarian, became a vegan 31 years ago. Wow, plant exclusive, SOFAS free. Would you tell people in the comments, please, Apple, what SOFAS free means? I know what it means, but I want other people to see that. 6 years ago. And also, I'm going to ask you another question too. Once you answer that question, what is SOFAS? Because a lot of people don't know what that is. I'm going to get the burger out. Yep. Okay, the burger is done. I'm going to. Okay. I would normally use a what do you call it, spatula, but I didn't have it. So here's my burger. Look at it. Look at this baby. Oh my God, it smells so, I'm speechless. It smells so good. All right, let's take this. I think I'm going to leave it on the paper and I'm going to put it in the microwave. I don't want to air fry it because I just want to soften it. So talk amongst yourselves. I have to cross the kitchen. This is going to just take maybe 15 seconds. All right. I'm going to get it out of the, so while that's heating, Apple says SOFAS equals salt, oil, flour, alcohol, sugar free. And what, if you want to share why you did that, or if you don't want to share why, that's okay. Maybe what the results are, how you feel now that you're SOFAS free. Okay, that is done. So that took 15 seconds. So this is all heated up, and you know what? It smells like, I don't know, it smells like spinach. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Let's build a burger, shall we? Then I'm gonna take this and put it on here. I want to be able to fold it like that. Okay, I'm going to move that over a little bit. I think I'm going to add, let's see, I will end up adding this, so it'll be like that. And I think maybe I'll do it that way because that'll help it. I'm going to do it this way under. It breaks. What are you going to do? Okay, I've got that. Apple says health reasons. Cravings are not knocking on my brain anymore. Ditto. Freedom and peace this way. I also lost 130 pounds. Good for you, and have maintained it. Good for you. That is amazing. Amazing. And Apple says, I also adore Chef AJ. She changed revolutionized my life too. Get it. Carla says, 1 year in with a few days of eating meat, now I use things like avocado toast to tame the meat cravings. Yeah. Here's the thing. You will not believe this. I promise you, you won't believe it until you experience it. What happens is that once you start eating real whole foods, your cravings go away. And not only that, but things like plain old steamed spinach, which before were like, who wants to eat plain old steamed spinach? All of a sudden, they taste delicious. I mean, not just good, like you taste them and you go, wow, I never tasted spinach. Literally, I can taste spinach in a way that I never tasted it before. The same with every single plant in the plant kingdom. Kathy says, I was vegetarian off and on since age 18. Lots of sad decades, though. Yep, me too. Went whole food plant-based in 14 after reading The Starch Solution. That's another book that changed my life. I've had a number of relapses. On occasion, I lost lots of weight. Yeah, relapses, it's a demon. And when you're around other people who do not eat this way, it's hard to not feel like a freak. And people think you're a freak. I mean, the people in my life, they think I've lost my marbles. Are you kidding? But you know what? The funny thing is, they're all sick. So many of the people in my life have heart disease, have cancer, have diabetes, have issues with, you name it. You name it. There's so many, but it's got such a tug on our physicalness, and our culture makes us not want to do it differently. We want to be like everybody else. We want to be part of society. So most people are not plant-based, and it's hard not to. You're not alone. I am here for you. These people on this live are here for you. We are a community, and that's one of the things that I love about being here is you're helping me to not feel alone. And I hope that I'm helping you and everybody else here also not feel alone. And no matter where you are on your journey, beginning, middle, end, totally whole food, plant-based, partially, wherever you are, we are here to support you. Yeah, apple, I crave that too. Mineral rich greens. I do too. And Diane says, I became vegetarian on January 1. I'm 64 years young. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, let's make the burger, shall we? I really am excited about this. Okay. I think I'm going to start with the red pepper. Let me get a fork out of the drawer. And I'm going to put this down so you can see it as I build it. All right. Okay, so it's going to go. I just did a whole red pepper. I didn't even bother cutting it in half. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to do some of these onions. Okay, these are pickled onions. If I go like that, you can see it. Okay. I don't want to have too, I want to have some, but not a ton. I don't want it to be like totally crazy onion. Maybe one more. All right. Okay, I got my onions. Now I'm going to do some of these. Oh, I love these. I want like a bite. I want every bite to have a piece of everything. Okay. All right, let me put the lids back on these and this one. All right, next I'm going to add a little bit of this pepperoni stuff. I'm just going to sprinkle it on carefully. Whoops. All right, that's fine. And then I'm going to take my, this is really a hard one, you guys. Cilantro, ketchup. Let's vote, shall we? I know there's a way, actually, there's a way to do a poll, but I don't know how to do it. By the way, all right, after we do the poll, I'm going to tell you something very exciting. Very exciting. But first, what do you think? Let me know in the, Prodigal says, oh my golly, look at that delicious roast pepper. I know, right? I think this summer I'm going to try to make them. Okay, Carla says cilantro. So far we have one vote for cilantro. Come on, my friends, help me out here. I could do both, I suppose, but I think I for now want to just do one. And now I'm leaning towards this one. Sue says cilantro. Okay, so far we have two. I'm putting it higher because that way we know which one is winning. Okay, apples. The Prodigal says cilantro, coriander, of course. Okay, I'm right there with you. No more buying a big bunch of cilantro and having it wilt in the refrigerator. This was the first time I made this, and I was just like blown away by how good it is. Blown away. Okay, Ooh, I2 Sky says I could do half and half. Yeah, apple a day says cilantro. So far we have a half and half, and we have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 for cilantro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Roxy says cilantro. That's 5. Oh, I think I know where we're going. Uh-oh. Celia says ketchup. Ketchup is 2, so it's 2 to 5. What do we think? Oh, I don't know. But it would be so great if you could taste these and know what they taste like. Do you think I should do a a video on how to make this dressing and maybe some other dressings? That could be a good thing. I feel like sauces and dressings are key to this lifestyle. That's my opinion. Okay, let's get one more vote up on the screen. One more vote, and we will then. So far, it's cilantro is winning, I have to say. And my arms are getting a little tired of holding these. So, all right, I think we're gonna go with cilantro. We'll see. Look, what's the worst that can happen is that I'll say, nah, I think I'll add ketchup to it. That's all. Okay, so I'm gonna push this down again so you can see it. And this is what it looks like. This is okay. Mix it up a little bit. All right. I just tasted it. It's dang good. Okay, I think I need to take a picture. That's just all there is to it. So let's go here and take a picture. There we go. Whoops, no, I don't want a video. I want a picture. It's too bad that the wrap is in such yucky condition. Any recipe to use and preserve fresh herbs is a good idea. No point throwing unused stuff away. I actually was thinking about, to that point, I was thinking about dehydrating what I have left. Okay, I feel like, is that enough? Maybe we're gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? A little bit of pepper. I am not salt-free. I'm gonna add just a touch of salt. And I am gonna cover it. And then now I'm going to try it. Just see it. Okay. Drum roll. Mmm. Mmm. I want to take one more bite. Mmm. 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 Salt isn't a total bad guy. I was hospitalized twice last year, complications from low sodium. Yes, and I think that, it might be one thing to have refined salt or like put salt from a shaker, but it's another thing to then eat foods that have salt. So maybe it's a combination. Like I said, this ketchup has 180 milligrams for a tablespoon. And if I eat 4 tablespoons or 5 tablespoons over the course of a day, that's a lot of sodium. So I think oh, I got the hiccups. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I wish I had sauerkraut. I would put that on here. So what I'm going to do is now, I will tell you that I would not be averse to making 2 of these, like making it in the morning and then having it for lunch. You could warm it up, certainly, like in a microwave if you're at work. I think that would be okay. And I would even, I think even out of the fridge, just like this would be delicious, right? Now, let's do a little bit of a vote here. What do we think? Making something like this versus stopping at Chipotle or stopping at Wendy's, all those places that you stop, that we stop. I used to stop, like it was my job. But those foods are so hyper processed and full of oil and salt and sugar. And I want you to control the amount of those ingredients that you have. Prodigal, you know better than anybody after having had that issue. You know how careful you have to be about paying attention to your body, right? So here's what I want to say before we're going to sort of wrap up in the next minute or so, or 5 minutes, because I tend to go on. Prodigal says, I'm not vegan, I'm not even vegetarian, but I make my food at home. Great. I told you when we talked the other day, I'm going to turn you into a vegan yet. What I want to say is this. Something very exciting happened because of my being here on YouTube and doing the lives that I'm committed to doing, because I love you. I love every one of you. I'm so happy that you're here. I feel like we are together a community. But YouTube gave me a little present. If you look, now I don't know where it is on your phone because I'm not on my phone, but if you look on, like right now on my laptop, if I look underneath, and maybe you can tell me where it is on your screen if you're on a phone. If you look, or an iPad or a pad, if you look under the chat, there are some icons, and one of them is a money sign in a square. And I can now receive gifts. So if you feel like this has been a valuable, you don't have to, but if you feel like it's been valuable and you want to give up a few of your shekels, your pennies, your whatever, you can click on that and you can decide to add some, just a measure, a show of thanks, which would be most appreciated, not necessary, but it would be very cool. So having said that, let's see. Oh, and at the bottom, I wonder, I'm going to look at those. Add emotes? What's emotes? I know what that is. I'm going to give myself a heart. Engage with your audience. Oh, I can start a poll. Okay, let's do that for the fun. I'm going to ask a question. Okay, I'm going to say, I'm going to go back, to my phone, which is where did I put my phone? Hello, here it is. I want to give, I'm going to look at those burgers. I'm going to put down which kind. Oh, no, you know what? We'll do it easier. Would you be interested in eating a plant-based, I can't type, based burger? Burger, B-U-R-G-E-R, question mark. Let's see if that, I think that came through. Okay, and I'm going to start a poll. Let's see if that works. This is a new thing. Would you be interested in eating a plant-based burger? Let me know. We're going to let that go for a minute and see. We have a yes. Who else? This is fun. It's like a fun game. We have one person said yes. All right. Oh, I don't know. I think it's one person. It says 100%. And Prodigal, I want to commend you on your willingness to even eat plants, because you're not plant-based, but you're incorporating some plants. And I think that's terrific. I think that's great. And especially anti-processed food. Why not, whatever you eat, make it from as much scratch as possible. I think Kathy says, Prodigal, I have to include salt in my diet or my sodium gets too low. I ended up in the ER once, just like Prodigal. Now I check my NA level every 3 months. What does NA stand for? Tell us. And I wonder how you see how many. Oh, I have 7 votes. Okay. And the 7 votes all say 100%. Very cool. What's in the dressing? I can tell you what's in the dressing. I will read it to you, but I will eventually do a recipe video on it. Let me just find it and I'll tell you. McDougall Mom. Okay, where's her recipe? Let me see if I can find it. I know that there are cashews. That is for sure. It's kind of hard to, I'm looking at my list of Oh, she has the best. God, if you follow McDougall Mom on Instagram, she's a friend of mine, and she just has the best recipes. The best recipes. She has a whole bunch of them, and I am addicted to every single one of them. I change them up from week to week. Okay, I can't find it. I'm sorry. I know it's here, but and I don't want to waste any more time. But I know for sure there's. Is this it? There's cashews and there's soy milk and there's apple cider vinegar and lemon juice and there's there's cilantro, obviously, dried chives, dried dill, and just a bunch of other things like that. It's a really, really. I'm going to end the poll now. It's a really, really versatile recipe because you can change it up. Just like, for example, instead of cilantro, I could put parsley in it. I could turn it into a curry kind of a dressing. It's really. So we had 8 votes. Cool. Na equals sodium. Kathy is one of those vital minerals. Yeah, Na, we need a certain amount to even survive, right? Absolutely. And so there you go. Before I say goodbye, I want to know if anybody has any questions. And I was going, what's in the dressing? I already answered that. I will definitely do something, either a live or even regular straight video. I have a new video coming out sometime in the next few days of a granola recipe, which I've been promising, and I finally I'm finishing up the the editing of it. It's a lot of work to create those videos, a lot of work. So I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Prodigal. I am so grateful to you for your being willing to do this. I'm so grateful to every single person who is here, who has listened. This is, like I said, this is a community, and you are all a really important part of my life and my being here on YouTube. And Kathy says, thanks, Prodigal. I'm a nurse and know the dangers of low sodium. Yeah. Kathy, I'm so glad that you're here. We love to have people who are, part of the medical community. And you can speak to this. I know that the doctors that I see, and I have great respect for doctors or nurses, anybody in the health field, because it takes a lot of work and commitment and passion to do it. But a lot of the doctors that I have seen don't know a hoot about nutrition. And they think I'm nuts too. And yet I go to them and I'm healthy year after year. All my numbers are good. So how great would it be if if schools in, anyone training somebody in medicine, if they taught about nutrition? How great would that be? It's really a shame that what the doctors give out is medicine. And I'm not against it. If you need medicine, do it. Don't hesitate. But there are many situations that can be dealt with food and lifestyle, stress reduction, getting up and walking. I walk 3 miles a day and I'm bragging about it here, so I think that it's important for us to put out the word. If there's 20 people have been on here and every 20, each of us tells our doctor that we have been eating more plants and we've seen a great success with it, then those doctors are going to start paying attention. There already is a movement, with doctors about this and with medical people. So, so that's what I think. So I'm going to say goodbye once more, and I'm going to say thank you to each of you for being here. I'm so grateful, and I'll see you again at the next live. I'm going to try to go live once a week. That's my goal. Friday could be the day. Maybe it'll be Thursday. I kind of get into a groove with it. If there's anything in particular that you wish that I would do a live about or even a video about, you can email me. All of my show notes, but beneath each of the videos, you have to look for it, a little bit of wording that's eventually says more ... And once you click on that, you probably have to click on more ... again. And then it drops down a whole bunch of notes that will tell you all kinds of things, including the link to be on my email list, including making sure you subscribe, which, by the way, if you're watching this, please subscribe. That would be helpful. And I will also put some show notes in here that pertain to this video. I can't tell you right now what they're going to be, but I will do that either later today or tomorrow, so that if there's any necessary links, you will have them. And I want to make sure that that I serve you, my audience, in the best way possible, what works for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It's Friday at 5:12 here in the US. Have a wonderful weekend. If your weekend has started, have a rest of your wonderful weekend. And may you stay safe. May you stay healthy. And may you find peace. That's my wish for all of you. Thank you, Sue. Have a great weekend, everybody.